Good morning, dear students. In this lecture, we are going to start chapter 10, cell cycle in plants. So, cell cycle is one of the important event that takes place in the life of the plant. So, the cell cycle in detail, that is the stages of the cell cycle, we are going to study in this chapter. So, the chapter 10, cell cycle in plants. Cell cycle can be defined as the life cycle of a cell. So cell passing through the series of precisely timed and carefully regulated stages of growth, DNA replication and division. So these are the series of events that takes place timely and that are carefully regulated by the stages of the growth, DNA replication and division. So DNA replication and division, that is the events occur in the cell cycle of a plant. So cell cycle can be defined as the life cycle of a cell, and the cell has to pass through the stages of growth, DNA replication and division. The cell cycle in plants and animals is very specific and an ordered set of events leading to cell growth and its division into two daughter cells. So as a result of cell cycle in plants and animal, the parental cell undergoes cell growth and division and develops into two daughter cells. So from one parental cell, two daughter cells are formed, and the cell, that is the parental cell, has to be passed through the stages of growth, DNA replication and division. The cell cycle begins with the formation of daughter cells at the end of telophase. So telophase is the last phase in the cell cycle, and at the end of the telophase, the two daughter cells has been formed from the single parental cells. So we can say that the cell cycle begins with the formation of daughter cells at the end of telophase. The daughter cells are smaller than the parent cell and their DNA content is half of the parent cell. These daughter cells grow in size by synthesizing new cytoplasmic and nuclear materials till the total volume becomes 4 times of the original volume and the DNA content get doubled by its replication. So when the daughter cells are formed at the end of telophase, these daughter cells grow in size by synthesizing new cytoplasmic and nuclear materials till the total volume of the cell becomes 4 times of the original volume. In addition to this, the DNA content of the cell also get double by its replication. So this process, it is the DNA replication, where the cell copies its DNA. So DNA content also get double by the process of DNA replication. After this, the fully developed cells are again ready to undergo division. In short, cell cycle is the series of growth and development steps which cell undergoes between its birth and reproduction. So during cell cycle, the daughter cells form at the end of telophase, increasing in size by synthesizing new cytoplasmic and nuclear material. The synthesis of these components has been takes place till the total volume become 4 times of the original volume. In addition to this, DNA content of the cell also get doubled by replication. Now such fully developed cells are again ready to undergo cell division. In short, cell cycle is the series of growth and development steps which cell undergoes between its birth and reproduction. Now the stages or phases of cell cycle. So in this diagram we can see the different stages or the phases of the cell cycle. For the division of cell, it must complete several important steps. For example, it must grow, copy its genetic material, that is the DNA, and physically divide into two daughter cells. So these are the three important stages of the cell cycle, that is growth, copying of DNA, and division of the cell into two daughter cells. The cells perform these tasks in an organized, predictable series of steps that makes up the cell cycle. It is called as cell cycle because at the end of each go round, the two daughter cells can start exactly the same process once again from the beginning. So this is a cyclic process. At the end of the cell cycle, two daughter cells are formed, and these two daughter cells can start exactly the same process once again from the beginning. So it is the cell cycle. So cell cycle consists of three different events. These are growth, replication of its genetic material, that is the doubling of DNA, and physically dividation of the cell into the two daughter cells. The cell cycle is divided into two major phases. These are, first one is the interphase or non-dividing phase. So in this phase the cell does not divide. Here the growth of the cell occur in the interphase. The second phase is the mitotic phase. So mitotic phase, it is also called as the karyokinesis. So there is a division of the nucleus, or it is also called as the dividing phase. It is also known as the M phase. M stands for mitotic phase. So in this diagram we can see clearly the interphase and the M phase or mitotic phase. So interphase, it is the growth phase where it has been divided into three stages: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. So in interphase the cell grow and its DNA also get doubled, or its DNA replication has been occur in the interphase. So this is a non-dividing phase where the cell is not going to divide, but there is an increase, there is a growth of the cell, and the cell copies its DNA in the process of DNA synthesis. So interphase has been divided into three stages, that is the G1 phase, three phases: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. The G1 phase and the G2 phase, these are the resting phases in which the cell grows, or the cell or the growth of the cell occurs in G1 and G2 phase. While S phase, it is called as synthetic phase or synthesis phase, where the DNA synthesis has been occurred. Cell copies its DNA. The DNA content or the genetic material get doubled in this phase, that is the S phase. So these are the phases of the interphase. So after G2 phase, or one can say at the end of interphase, the next phase occurs, it is the mitotic phase or M phase. So mitosis, it is also called as karyokinesis. This is a division of the nucleus. So mitosis comprises four phases, that is the prophase first, metaphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And after the nuclear division, the cytokinesis occurs, that is the cell plate formation. So as a result of this, from a single cell, from a one parent cell, two daughter cells are formed at the end of the cell cycle. So the cell cycle that has been divided into two major phases, that is the interphase and mitotic phase. Interphase is further divided into G1, S, and G2. G1 and G2, these are the gap phases. G stand for the gap. So during which the cell grows, or the growth of the cell has been occur in G1 and G2 phase. In G1 phase, the cell prepare for S phase, that is the synthesis phase, where the DNA replication has been occurred. While G2 phase is the preparatory phase for M phase or mitotic phase. So after interphase, the second major phase occur, it is the mitotic phase or M phase. This mitotic phase consists of karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyo, that is the nucleus, kinesis, division. So here the nuclear material get divided into two cells. Similarly, cytokinesis, this is the formation of cell plate formation. So this cell plate formation results into the division of the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm also get divided. So as a result of this, two daughter cells are formed. So from a single parent cell, two daughter cells are formed at the end of cell cycle. So one by one we are going to discuss in detail these phases of the cell cycle or the stages of the cell cycle. Okay, so cell cycle is divided into two major phases, interphase and M phase. Okay, so the first phase that we are going to study, it is the interphase. During this phase, the cell grows and makes a copy of its own DNA. So cell growth and DNA replication takes place in the interphase. It is the preparation by the cell itself for further divisions. So cell prepared for DNA synthesis and also for the M phase during interphase. So interphase has been characterized by the growth of the cell and cell copies its own DNA. So growth of the cell and the DNA replication are the characteristics of the interphase. It is the preparation by the cell itself for further division. Phases of cell cycle. The scientists Howard and Pele in 1953 have divided cell cycle into four phases. These are G1, S, G2 and M phase. G1 and G2 are known as gap phases, and M phase is of mitosis and S phase is for DNA synthesis. So G1 and G2, these are the gap phases. M phase, M stands for mitosis, so it is the mitotic phase, and S phase is the synthesis phase, that is the DNA synthesis. The G1, S and G2 phases are combined to form classical interphase. So interphase, we can say it is further divided into three phases, G1, S and G2 phases. During this phase, the cell is fully preparing itself for next mitosis phase. This is not a resting phase, but many preparatory activities are going on in this phase. So the cell grows means there is an increase in the cytoplasmic and nuclear content of the cell, and also cell copies its DNA in the process of DNA replication or DNA synthesis. So the interphase, it is not a resting phase, but many preparatory activities such as growth, doubling of the nuclear content or the DNA are going on in this phase. Most of the cells usually spend their maximum lifespan in the interphase. So interphase is the long phase in terms of time duration. Most of the cells usually spend their maximum lifespan in the interphase. So one by one we are going to discuss the phases of the G1 phase. So G1 phase, or sorry, the phases of the interphase. So the first one is the G1 phase or post-mitotic phase. The daughter cell enters into G1 phase of interphase of the new cell cycle. So the cell cycle has been started or begins at the end of the telophase. So as a result of this, two daughter cells are formed. So this daughter cell enters into the G1 phase of the interphase of the new cell cycle. So it is a cyclic process, the cyclic events that occurs one by one. So at the end of mitotic cell division, more precisely at the end of the telophase, the two daughter cells are formed. These daughter cells enters into the new cell cycle, that is the first phase is the G1 phase. So the daughter cell enters into the G1 phase of interphase of the new cell cycle. G1 phase, the resting phase, is also known as the first gap phase because during this phase there is no DNA synthesis. Only the growth of the cell has been takes place in the G1 phase. Recently, the G1 has been termed as first growth phase since it involves synthesis of RNA, proteins and membranes, which leads to the growth of the nucleus and cytoplasm of each daughter cell towards the mature size. So G1 phase is the first growth phase. It involves the synthesis of RNA, proteins, membranes that are required for the growth of the nucleus and the cytoplasm of each daughter cell towards the formation of mature size. During this phase, the young daughter cells grows in size by synthesizing cytoplasm. So there is an increase in the size of the cell takes place in the G1 phase. So this is possible by the synthesizing cytoplasm. It also synthesizes many enzymes, mRNA, tRNA, ribosomes, proteins and store them. It also starts synthesizing the nitrogen bases required for DNA replication. So from these events we can say that the G1 phase is the first preparatory phase for DNA replication. So those things, those materials which are required for DNA replication by which cell copies its DNA are synthesized in the G1 phase. So here in the G1 phase, the cell synthesizes many enzymes, mRNA, that is a messenger RNA, tRNA, ribosomes and proteins and store them. It also synthesizes the nitrogen bases required for DNA replication. So nitrogen bases, that makes the nucleotides. So these nucleotides are the building blocks of the DNA. So the nitrogen bases required for the DNA replication or DNA synthesis are start to synthesize in the G1 phase. So G1 phase is the preparatory phase for DNA replication, that is the S phase. Okay, DNA replication takes place in the S phase. So it is the preparatory phase for the S phase, that is the synthesis phase, where the DNA replication has been occurred in the cell. During this phase, chromosomes are extended to form slender fine threads and form an interwoven network of chromatin. The main function of the G1 phase is to prepare nuclei for DNA synthesis in the S phase. So this is all for the G1 phase, where the cell growth takes place in the G1 phase. So it leads to the growth of the nucleus and the cytoplasm of each daughter cells towards the mature site. It involves synthesis of RNA, that is both mRNA, tRNA, proteins, ribosomes, membranes, many enzymes, and they can be stored in the cell. It also starts synthesizing the nitrogen bases required for DNA replication. So due to this, the main function of the G1 phase is to prepare the cell for DNA synthesis in the S phase. In addition to this, during this phase, chromosomes are extended to form slender fine threads and form an interwoven network of chromatin. So these are the characteristics of the G1 phase or post-mitotic phase. So this is the first phase of the enter phase, where the daughter cells has been enters into the enter phase, that is the G1 phase. This is the first phase of the enter phase, G1 phase. Next phase is the, continue. In G1 phase, the cell accomplishes the majority of its growth along with the synthesis of mRNA and proteins required in subsequent steps. The G1 phase also acts as crucial checkpoint, allowing cells to decide whether they can truly commit to mitotic division. So it is the phase where the cells to decide whether they can be able to undergo mitotic division. It is the crucial checkpoint that allow the cell to decide whether it is able to undergo mitotic division. During the G1 phase, there is a growth along with the synthesis of mRNA and proteins required in the further steps or the occurring steps or in the subsequent steps. In plants, cells in G1 phase are described as quiescent. The control between cell quiescence and proliferation allows them to respond to factors such as nutritional availability and abiotic or biotic stress. During G1 phase, which is also known as the first gap phase, the cell grows physically larger, make the several copies of different 24 hours organelles and makes the molecular building blocks required for further steps. So, in the G1 phase, which is also known as the first gap phase, the cell grows physically, it becomes larger, make several copies of different cell organelles, make the molecular building blocks required for the further steps. G1 phase is the longest phase of the cell cycle and cells usually remain for 10 hours in G1 phase of 24 hours of the total time of cell cycle. So, it is the longest phase of the cell cycle. So, which one? G1 is the longest phase of the cell cycle, and here the cell remain for 10 hours of the total time period of the cell cycle, that is the 24 hours. So, out of 24 hours, the cell usually remain for 10 hours in the G1 phase. So, it is the longest phase of the cell cycle. Next is the G2 phase. It is the second gap phase. During this phase, cell grows more and more, makes proteins and organelles and begin to recognize its content for the preparation of mitosis. So after G1 phase, the phase occur, it is the S phase. So S phase, it is the phase of complete synthesis of DNA in its nucleus. In this phase, there is also duplication of centromere, which helps the separation of DNA during M phase. Usually cell take 5 to 6 hours to complete S phase. S stands for synthesis phase, where the synthesis of the DNA has been takes place in the cell nucleus. In this phase, there is also duplication of centrosome, which helps the separation of DNA during the M phase. And the cell takes 5 to 6 hours to complete the S phase. It is very essential phase of cell cycle. Once DNA replication is completed, the cell has twice the number of chromosomes and become ready to enter into the G2 phase. The G1, S and G2 phases together constitute the enter phase. So during S phase, there is a synthesis of the DNA in the cell nucleus, and once DNA replication or DNA synthesis is completed, the cell has twice the number of chromosomes. If the parent cell possesses 16 chromosomes, for example in case of onion, so after DNA replication, the chromosome number becomes double, that is the 32. So cell has twice the number of chromosomes and become ready to enter the G2 phase. It is the second gap phase. So what happen after S phase? The next phase occur, it is the G2 phase. So it is the second phase, second gap phase. During this phase, cell grows more and more, makes or synthesize proteins and organelles and begins to recognize its content for preparation of mitosis. So this is the second preparatory phase for mitotic cell division or for mitotic phase. G2 phase ends when mitosis begins. During this stage, rRNA, mRNA, nuclear RNA are synthesized. It's the intermediate step between the completion of DNA synthesis and the beginning of DNA segregation. Segregation, that is the separation. It is the post DNA synthesis period during which the cell makes preparations for the initiation of mitosis. So this is the preparatory phase for the M phase or mitotic phase. G2 phase is the shorter phase, lasting for only 3 to 4 hours in most of the cells. So one can recall these stages of the or the phases of the interphase. These are G1, S and G2 phase. So G1 is the longer phase where the cell stands for 10 hours in the G1 phase, while in S phase the cell takes 5 to 6 hours to complete the S phase, while in G2 phase, which is a shorter phase comparatively, where the cell takes only 3 to 4 hours in the G2 phase. So what happened in the G2 phase? It is the second gap phase or the preparatory phase for mitotic cell division. So during this phase, cell grows more and more, makes proteins and organelles, and begins to recognize its content for the preparation of mitosis. This G1 phase ends when mitosis has been started. During this stage, rRNA, mRNA, nuclear RNA are also synthesized. It is the intermediate step between the completion of DNA synthesis and the beginning of DNA separation or DNA segregation. It is the post-DNA synthesis period during which the cell makes preparations for the initiation of mitosis. G2 phase is the shorter phase, lasting for or takes for 3 to 4 hours in most of the cells. So these are the phases of the interphase. The G1, S and G2 phases together constitute the interphase. So the next phase occur, it is the M phase. So M phase we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you. Stay home. Be safe.